All right, which Disney World water park is the best of the two? Is there such a thing as a good water park food location? And what should you absolutely never forget before you head up Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon in Disney World? Find out everything you need to know about Disney's water parks today here on DFV Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and today's video is so different from our usual content because we're hitting up the Disney World water parks today. Now, a lot of you have been requesting this video in the YouTube comments lately since a certain big Disney World perk has hit the scene and made these water parks all the more appealing for 2025. Can we say free tickets? So we want to make sure that if your trip revolves around either Disney's Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon, you're ready to conquer either park and conquer it well. Okay, gather round kids, because I'm about to tell you a story called A Tale of Two Water Parks. Once upon a time, there were two Disney World water parks. One was called Disney's Blizzard Beach. According to Imagineering lore, Blizzard Beach came to be after a random snowstorm hit the Sunshine State, resulting in the construction of a ski resort for folks to enjoy the wintry weather. But since this was Florida, the return of typical Florida weather melted all the snow, leaving behind lots and lots and lots of water. Thus, Blizzard Beach was born. I know, a little far-fetched, but whatever. This was the era of Mama Melrose too. Now, the other water park was called Disney's Typhoon Lagoon, which also came to be during the result of some rather unprecedented weather. As the story goes, a massive typhoon caught sailing ships with winds so mighty that passengers were swept away and stranded on a nearby island, now appropriately named Typhoon Lagoon. At first, both water parks lived in harmony, giving future Disney guests two water park choices during each of their visits, until the year 2020 reared its head, which is a whole different story we pretty much all know by heart at this point. Now the water parks no longer live in unison, so while one remains open, the other goes dark for extended refurbishments. The end. Okay, not really the end. We still got a whole video worth of information to cover, but my story does have a moral to it, and that moral is always check to see which Disney World water park is going to be open when you're there. Per the release of this video, the currently operating water park is Blizzard Beach, but that could definitely change before your vacation rolls around. Let me show you a quick history of Disney's water park closures and openings for the past few years. November 13th, 2022, Typhoon Lagoon closes, Blizzard Beach opens. March 19th, 2023, Blizzard Beach closes, Typhoon Lagoon opens. November 6, 2023, Typhoon Lagoon was out, Blizzard Beach was in. March 17th, 2024, Blizzard Beach was benched and Typhoon Lagoon came up to bat. And on November 3rd, 2024, Typhoon Lagoon went into hibernation mode. Blizzard Beach woke up. See the pattern here? While Blizzard Beach might be awake right now, I'd start looking at what its schedule is going to be when we get closer to March, because history definitely tends to repeat itself on the Disney scene, at least in this situation. Okay, if you are super duper new to the Disney World water park scene, do not worry. We do have a free water park guide that covers both Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach, which you can access by scanning the QR code up on the screen now, or by heading to disneyfoodblog.com/waterparks after this. That way, even after today's video, you'll have a nice, easy to follow digital companion that you can refer back to whenever, like when you're taking a lunch break, or you're waiting in the car line to pick up your kids, or even when you're at Disney and need a quick refresher on how things work. All right, so why do people care about water parks more than they ever have? It's official. 2025 is what we're going to deem as Disney's Year of the Water Park. Why? Thanks to a very, very important hotel perk. Throughout all of 2025, on your day of check-in, you and the rest of your group that's linked to your hotel reservation will receive free admission to whatever Disney World water park is open at that time. Yep, that's right. I said free, my friends, F-R-E-E, $0, 0 cents. I know what you're thinking. AJ, what's the catch? Well, there could be a few depending on your trip circumstances. The main catch is that this perk is only good on your check-in day. So if you arrive in Orlando late, there's no rollover option here. You're just going to lose that free perk. Fortunately, you don't need to be checked into your room for the perk to be recognized, which is a relief since your room usually won't be ready until around 3 to 4 p.m. and the water parks usually close around 5. The only requirement is that your hotel reservation and everyone staying in your hotel room is properly linked through the My Disney Experience app. If you plan to use this perk, my best word of advice for you is to either arrive at Disney World early in the day if possible in time for the water park's rope drop, which is usually 10 a.m., or arrive in Orlando and stay somewhere off-site the night before so you don't have to worry about rushing to Disney World on your check-in day. I'd also recommend packing a bag with all your swim gear ready to go. That way you can head to the water park as soon as you drop off your luggage at your resort with Bell Services if you choose to do so. So how do you access this free perk then? Your free water park tickets will automatically be loaded into your My Disney Experience account. So when you scan into the water park with your Magic Band or your Magic Mobile or your Key to the World card, it'll be able to recognize your reservation. Another thing you'll have to be wary of when it comes to this free perk is weather. Whether you like it or not, if the water park has to close because of cold or inclement weather, that might mess up all your free water park plans. Now, according to Disney, these free water park tickets are non-transferable and cannot be used on a different day, even if the water park is closed due to weather or other factors. However, one of our DFB readers recently had a different experience and told us that Blizzard Beach was closed on their family's arrival day, but Disney gave them a special pass that they were able to use anytime during their stay. They even attached a photo of their water park arrival day benefit extended recovery pass from their Disney World app, showing dates valid through the length of their trip. Thanks for that, Ken, by the way. So it seems as if this recovery pass might be on a case-by-case basis. The Disney website still doesn't have anything as of now mentioning that this recovery pass is guaranteed if the weather shuts down either water park. But if you do arrive at Disney World and find out that the water park is going to be closed on the day you were going to be checking into your hotel, I definitely recommend checking your My Disney Experience app ASAP to see if you've received a similar type of recovery pass. That being said, there is a way you can give yourself a safety net here, and that's by doing a split stay. A split stay is where you book 2 or more Disney World hotels during your trip, so you'll have to pack up and move locations at some point, but you'll get the free water park tickets for your group for each hotel check-in day. Now, you're not overlapping those hotels on a split stay. It's like you check into Pop Century on Sunday, you stay there Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and then Wednesday you check into Coronado Springs. That's what a split stay is. So that's a whole other day of free water park tickets for you to use, and that means if you aren't able to use your first free ticket, then your second check-in day could help make up for that. Or if you're able to use all those tickets on both check-in days, then by all means, hit those water slides and have fun. Now, let's say you're not planning on staying at a Disney World hotel during your Orlando vacation, but you still want to be part of the year of the water park. No worries, you can always purchase a one-day only water park ticket. They're $74 per adult, $68 per kid. Or maybe you want to purchase a Park Hopper Plus option. For an extra $85 per regular theme park ticket, you'll gain Park Hopper Plus abilities, which not only gives you the capability to jump between theme parks, but you'll also get to add on extra Disney World experiences to your vacation, like the water parks. According to the Disney World website, a 4-day Park Hopper Plus ticket allows 4 extra activity visits, and a 5-day ticket allows 5 visits. Typically, it tends to make more sense for us to just pay for those 1-day water park tickets outright, especially if you don't think you're going to have time to actually go to 4 to 5 extra activities during your trip, nor do you really want to do a whole lot of park hopping. That being said, you'll want to look over the fine print yourself and see if Park Hopper Plus might be a good fit for your specific vacation circumstances. One other water park ticket option you might want to consider is Disney's Water Park Seasonal Pass. Water Park Seasonal Passes only cost a few extra dollars versus the 1-day only ticket, ringing up at $79 instead of $74, and will currently give you unlimited water park access until May 23rd, 2025. That's actually what I bought because I was going to go to Typhoon Lagoon with Quincy from All Ears just for like a day of relaxation. And I was like, I don't want to, if $74 versus $79, I might as well get the annual pass and be able to go back as many times as I want, right? Okay, Bria, you've attempted this writing challenge before in our Ultimate Guide to Magic Kingdom 2025 video, so let's see if you can do it again. Bria's going to describe every single water ride across Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon in just one sentence each. Can she do it? Let's find out. She and I are going to alternate here with the sentences. Okay, so we're going to start with Blizzard Beach first. Downhill double dipper. Challenge your family in an inner tube race down twin enclosed water slides.
Runoff rapids. 3 unique inner tube slides, including one that's fully enclosed.
Snowstormers. 3 more water slides that use body mats instead of tubes.
Toboggan racers. 3 dips and hills create the thrills in this 8-lane toboggan race.
Slush Gusher, a 40-foot slide featuring 2 rolling hills, but isn't quite as steep as Summit Plummet.
Summit Plummet, a 12-story plunge down a near vertical drop that'll very likely leave you at the wedgie.
Teamboat Springs, a slide with oversized tubes that can hold up to 6 guests. All right, Bria, you're on a roll so far, but can you do the same for Typhoon Lagoon? Number 1 is Gangplank Falls, a group slide with oversized inner tubes that carry up to 4 guests.
Keel Hall Falls, a solo inner tube ride with awesome views across the park.
Mayday Falls, a twisty, windy adventure that takes you through caves and underneath bridges on a solo inner tube trip.
Storm Slides, 3 different body slides with 3 silly names.
Humunga Cowabunga, another near vertical body slide that's still not as tall as Summit Plummet, but a 5-story drop is still liable to take your breath away and give you a giant wedgie.
Misadventure Falls, a whitewater rafting journey for groups up to 4 where you'll meet Duncan the Parrot.
Okay, Bria, you did it. I'd give you a high five right now, but we're in completely different states, so you'll have to take a rain check on that. Before we move on, just a quick word of advice. If you're planning on visiting either of these parks this year, make sure you study up on the height restrictions for the rides first, just so you know which slides your littles will be able to join you on and which ones they'll need to skip out on for now. So which water park is better? Well, the short answer, whichever one is open. But maybe that's kind of lame. So let's compare these 2 water parks for just a second here beyond their overall theming. Both water parks are going to give you the water park total package. They've got water slides, they've got wave pools, they've got lazy rivers, they've got just for kids play areas. They also each have similar extra purchases that you can add on to your water park day, like those water park specific refillable mugs, private cabanas, locker rentals, and towels, which you'll have to pay $2 each to rent if you're not staying at a Disney-owned hotel. Otherwise, you can save your $2 and just bring your own towels from home. However, there are some major differences between the 2 water parks which might persuade you to prefer one over the other. Blizzard Beach has its own chairlift, just like you'd find at a ski resort, which helps take you up to those sky-high water slides like Slush Gusher, Teamboat Springs, and the tallest of them all, Summit Plummet. Blizzard Beach's Just for Kids water area was also renovated back in 2022 to feature some of your favorite Frozen friends. Anna and Elsa's Igloo Castle is now in the area, and Olaf and his Snowgy pals are hanging out in the warm wading pool. Meanwhile, over at Typhoon Lagoon, you're going to find not just your average wave pool, but a surf pool where the waves can get as high as 6 feet during select times throughout the day. In fact, these waves are so legit that whenever Typhoon Lagoon's open, this park offers specialty open surf and private surf lessons for an additional cost. You can find more info about these lessons on the Disney World website. Plus, Typhoon Lagoon also hosts the lesser-known H2O Glow after-hours extra ticket event, which is typically held on select dates during the summer. This event features glow-in-the-dark fun after the sun goes down with shorter wait times for the park's water slides, a DJ dance party, exclusive menu items, Disney character meet and greets, and more. And much like the theme park after-hours events, you'll receive complimentary snacks like ice cream treats and popcorn and fountain drinks throughout the evening too. Ooh, we've made it to the food. Water park food across the globe doesn't tend to have the best reputation ever, and I'm not saying Disney's water parks go above and beyond to break that stereotype, but they do have some places where you can grab a quick bite or a snack and a drink that can actually prove to be worth the money. So here's a super speedy list of all the different places where you can munch around the water parks and what items you can tend to find at each of these locations too. Blizzard Beach first. When it comes to meal options, Blizzard Beach's quick services tend to have your standard water park fare like burgers and chicken tenders, but you may be surprised by some of the variety that pops up on these menus too. Lotta Wada Lodge, for instance, is your hub for burgers and chicken and flatbreads, but the plant-based options here, like the Impossible Burger and Winter Harvest Salad, have really surprised us in the past with how fresh tasting they can be. Avalunch is a counter service window more known for its gourmet hot dogs with options like the bacon mac and cheese dog, chili cheese corn chip dog, and the Chicago dog, topped with tomato, green relish, peppers, mustard, onion, poppy seeds, and celery salt. The last quick service with heartier eats inside Blizzard Beach is the Warming Hut, which tends to switch up its offerings pretty regularly, but lately we've been all about the elote nachos with pork served here. Now there are 4 different snack stands you can find inside Blizzard Beach too, but our 2 favorite snacks to pick up inside the park are the mini donuts from the Joffrey's Mini Donut stand, where you can either order a half dozen or a full dozen, as well as extra dipping sauces like chocolate, raspberry, or white chocolate. Now these used to be awesome. The past couple of years, it feels like the quality's been dipping, but let me know what you think in the comments. And second, the Sand Pail Sundae, which not only has vanilla and chocolate soft serve, sprinkles, waffle cone pieces, yellow cake, hot fudge, caramel sauce, whipped cream, and a cherry on top, but it's also layered inside a sand pail bucket, which you get to keep. All right, Typhoon Lagoon, you are next. Typhoon's got a few more quick service options available, though the fare here is going to be pretty similar to what you'll find in Blizzard Beach for the most part. I will say Disney's doing a good job trying to kind of level up some of their water park food. Every year when they reopen each of these locations, they reopen with a couple of new food items, and so it's always fun to see what they've got, and they're usually not too bad. Okay, so starting with Leaning Palms, they have the elote nachos with pork I was raving about earlier, but they also have some Caribbean-inspired chicken, shrimp, and combo rice bowl options too. Low Tide Lou's serves up a very small assortment of food. More than likely, you'll find pretty basic wraps and salads here. But Typhoon Tilly's has a heartier assortment of options with entrees like fried fish platters, pulled pork sandwiches, chicken strip baskets, and seasonal salads. Surf Doggies might have a fun counter service window name, but really the only things you're going to find here are your basic hot dogs and Mickey pretzels, which might be exactly what you need as you're headed to the next slide. But what about the snacks? Bring on the Typhoon Lagoon snacks. Much like Blizzard Beach, Typhoon Lagoon also has a kiosk that sells those tasty Joffrey's mini donuts. And over at Happy Landings Ice Cream, you'll be able to find that popular Sand Pail Sundae too. But the snack stand we tend to gravitate toward the most whenever this park is available is the Snack Shack, because in the past, this has been the place that serves up both classic pineapple Dole Whip and more unique Dole Whip concoctions too. We're hoping that when Typhoon Lagoon reopens, probably in March, we'll be able to reunite with the Dole Whip bathtub sundae, which served pineapple and strawberry Dole Whip alongside green tea matcha soft serve, all within, of course, a bathtub-shaped bowl. Now, Disney started with these bathtub sundaes at the 50th anniversary in 2021, and I think they must have overbought because you'll still see these bathtubs pop up every once in a while at these places. Maybe that we're at the tail end of the bathtubs, but they're over here too at Typhoon Lagoon. Now, this is only a teensy weensy look at the wonderful world of Disney water park dining, but if you're wanting to learn even more about where each of these quick services and kiosks are located, our top food picks, Disney dining plan suggestions, and other unique dining experiences that happen inside the water parks that might not be as well known, we actually have a dedicated water park dining digital book that comes with your whole DFB guide to Walt Disney World dining purchase. To pick up our new guide today, just head over to dfbstore.com and don't forget to type in code YouTube if you want to add an extra discount before you check out. So some of the things you'll pack for the water parks will likely overlap with the things you'll pack for the theme parks, like sunscreen, sunglasses, all the different types of sun blockers out there. But there are some items you're going to want to prioritize for the water parks that you don't necessarily always need for the theme parks too. For example, waterproof pouches for your phone. Could waterproof pouches come in handy at the theme parks? Yes, but you don't necessarily need them if you're wanting to take pictures on your phone during the day. However, a waterproof pouch in the water parks will allow you to keep your phone on you even when you're in the wave pools or lazy rivers, which will give you some fun underwater action shots that'll be fun to post on social media. Plus, then you don't have to leave it like over at your chair where you're worried someone's going to take it, whatever. A wet bag is also a great option to have on hand when you're packing up to leave and want to get out of those wet clothes ASAP. Everyone can throw their wet swimsuits in this bag and you won't have to worry about everything else in your other bags getting all soaked. Now, if you are a parent, wet bags are excellent to have in the parks too, just saying, because things can happen, right? Right. Okay. Towel clips can be useful because you won't have to worry about your towel flying away on you when the winds pick up. But one of the most important things you can pack for your upcoming water park visit is water shoes. Seriously. The concrete gets scalding in the middle of the day here, and for some reason, even when the sun isn't as blazing, the concrete will still bite you. They've got these little craters in the pavement that cut up your feet. I don't know why. Bria and I have both tested this out many times, so we can't understand it, but your feet will start killing you if you don't have some shoes on when you're walking from here to there all around the water parks. So a good sturdy water shoe can help save the day. Just be sure that the water shoes you purchase have a good solid back strap and no exposed zippers or buckles or exposed metal of any kind. Otherwise, they won't be allowed on the rides. And there you have it. You are now an official Disney World Water Parks master. Feels good, doesn't it? If you have more questions about your upcoming water park visit, feel free to drop them in the comments and we'll answer those or add them to a future video. And don't forget to pick up our free Disney World Water Park guide at disneyfoodblog.com/waterparks right now. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.